We will now have a poetic expression by Andre Anderson.
What a day. A day like this. A day like this. Promises are kept on a day like this. The sun will get vexed to set on a day like this, because two worlds have met on a day like this. On a day like this, the 18th of the 5th, man meets wife on a day like this. And now I understand why, on a day like this, big grown men cry on a day like this. They say that finding the price of true love will cost you. But for you to understand this marriage, I have to break down the gospel. There's a king named Jesus. Heaven's his home. Billions of angels encamp in his throne. But yet he looks down here, in this sphere we call home, to look for a lady he can call his own. Now, he finds this fine lady and calls her the church, brings her out of the ashes and feeds her his word. But the church is in trouble. A price on her head, because the sins were a lot and some wanted her dead. Christ saw the trouble and deflected the attack with thorns on his skull and lashes on his back. He was nailed to a cross, but his mouth was not muzzled. So he had enough strength to whisper, "I love you." Now, he's back on his throne, but his spirit is here. Yet the distance between us burns him, but he won't interfere. He'll be nice and patient and wait till his return, till he can marry his bride. And Rion had to learn. Two different stories at two different times. God divinely intervened and mightily intertwined. A kid from Northwest and a lady from Manchester. A kid from Northwest and a lady from Manchester invested their hearts and are now one flesh together. One thing I see of which I get ratings, or which you get ratings, is that a feeling is a feeling, but your love is patient. The oceans may have roared with the lightning and the thunder, but what God puts together, no man puts asunder. Now, Rion's been like a big brother. We all can agree. Death before dishonor. He showed that to me. Siobhan's been a worshipper for as long as I've known her. One encounter with Jehovah made her a born-again soldier. She was invited to church as a teenager by Hannah. She might have came in intimidated, but she left waving banners. She only came to church to sing out Hosanna. She never would have guessed that God was already building her man up. One time we was in church, we were all lifting our cup. It was testimony time, and Rion stood up. He said, "Pray for me, saints, because I've been looking at life, and right now it's all right, but I need me a wife." He said, "I have to be real tonight. I simply can't take this." So God gave Rion Siobhan, which is Hebrew for God is gracious. And your love, like a volcano, has been bubbling at pace. But the eruption isn't fire. Flowers have taken its place. I know God is smiling, and I wish we could see him, because you kind of look like Adam and you Eve in this room, the Garden of Eden. Partially speaking, regardless, it's blitz to know that marriage is a gift that only God can give. And they say that marriage is tough. To keep it is a fight. But you know what? Chip away at each other till you both look like Christ. And teach us younger ones how to live this life, how to be a good husband, how to be a great wife. And teach us, no matter what the storm, fire, or mist, in 1,000 years we'll never forget a day like this. A day like this, or a day like this. I get overly inspired on a day like this, seeing two people I admire on a day like this. There's gonna be a lot of kids because of days like this. On a day like this, the 18th of the 5th, Rion and Siobhan forsook all they know to walk in sync and to let love grow. Oh, what joy and bliss for a day like this.